239.
एषा ते भिहिता सांख्ये
एषा ते भिहिता सांख्ये
बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु
बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु
बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ
बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ
कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि
कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि
239.1. The meaning of the words of the shloka. Esha, this. Te bhihida, te plus abhihida, te to you. Abhihida is spoken. Sankhye, in, that is concerning Sankhya. Buddhir yoge, buddhi plus yoge. Buddhi, knowledge. Yoge, in, concerning yoga. Tvimam, that is tu plus imam. Tu, indeed, now. Imam, this. Shrunu, you hear. Buddhya, with knowledge. Yukto, yuktaha, endowed with. Yaya, with which. Partha, O Arjuna. Karma bandham, bondage of karma. Prahasyasi, you shall cast away. 239.2. The meaning of the shloka. This which has been spoken to you is the knowledge concerning Sankhya. Now listen to the knowledge concerning yoga, endowed with which, O Arjuna, you shall cast away the bondage of karma. 239.3. Bhashya.
एषा ते तुभ्यम् अभिहिता उक्ता सांख्ये परमार्थवस्तुविवेकविषये बुद्धिः ज्ञानं साक्षात् शोकमोहादिसंसारहेतुदोषनिवृत्तिकारणम् योगे तु तत्प्राप्त्युपाये निस्सङ्गतया द्वन्द्वप्रहाणपूर्वकम् ईश्वराराधनार्थे कर्मयोगे कर्मानुष्ठाने समाधियोगे च इमाम् अनन्तरम् एव उच्यमानां बुद्धिं शृणु तां बुद्धिं स्तौति प्ररोचनार्थम् बुद्ध्या यया योगविषयया युक्तः हे पार्थ कर्मबन्धं कर्म एव धर्माधर्माख्यः बन्धः कर्मबन्धः तं प्रहास्यसि ईश्वरप्रसादनिमित्तज्ञानप्राप्तेः इत्यभिप्रायः.
Translation. What has been given to you is the knowledge in Sankhya, that is the wisdom that arises out of the discernment of the ultimate principle. It is this knowledge that is in fact responsible for removing the flaw of ignorance which causes samsara, full of delusion and sorrow. Now you listen to the knowledge in yoga which is going to be spoken by me, which is a means for attaining that wisdom, Sankhya. That is, by karma yoga and samadhi yoga, by doing one's karma for the worship of God, casting off all dualities with detachment. That yoga buddhi is praised for the sake of inducing the disciple. Hey Partha, the idea is, if you are endowed with yoga buddhi, you will overcome the bondage of karma by the attainment of jnana, which is possible by the grace of God. The bondage is nothing other than karma, actions righteous or unrighteous. 239.4 Explanation. The first half of this shloka speaks of the twofold path laid down by the Vedas for attaining release from the repeated cycle of births and deaths. The second encourages the practitioner to go towards that goal. As we have seen before, the two paths are jnana and karma, described here as Sankhya and Yoga. 239.5. The realization of the self is possible only through jnana, or the ultimate removal of ignorance. Only with that can you get release from samsara, the repeated cycle of births and deaths that gives you all the sorrows of this world. That samsara is caused by delusion and sorrow, postulated by ignorance. This knowledge is Sankhya, see 210H3. There is no karma for the one who knows this, that is the jnani, see 210L3. His jnana burns away the karma he has accumulated as a result of his actions in the past, sanchita karma. Although he has to live out the burden of karma, prarabdha karma, he came to this world with, he does not do it for any result, and hence he does not earn any further karma, agami karma. Thus, he is truly released from karma bandha, or the bondage of karma. See 212.7 for a brief description of the doctrine of karma. 239.6. Any kind of action performed for the sake of results, be it unrighteous or righteous, results in bondage. It chains you to do more karma. To drive home the point, acharyas say that while unrighteous actions may bind you with an iron chain, righteous ones may bind you with a golden chain. Karma also includes Vedic rites because they are performed for a result, like for instance, I do this for attaining heaven. That may be a golden chain, but a chain nevertheless. And once the effect is over, you will have to come back and be born again in some womb, depending on your karma. See 213.5. 239.7. Sankhya is where we have to reach. But with our mind full of desire, likes and dislikes, we cannot reach there. Therefore, the first step is to purify our mind. There are several practices or sadhana for this. Yoga is the collective name for that. It involves doing actions in submission to God, in perfect detachment, without any duality, and without longing for any result. See 210H5. Quote, all actions are part of the universal scheme, and I do it to sustain that scheme and not for any result, nor am I the doer. Unquote. Such surrender keeps the runaway thoughts at bay and gradually purifies the mind. Slowly but surely, the ignorance that is covering our real nature, which is absolute bliss, is removed and jnana dawns, and all karma bandha withers away. Mundaka Upanishad says in 2.2.8, Chiyande chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. All this karma gets dissolved when the ultimate truth is realized. Bhagavan himself says in Gita 4.47, Jnanakni sarva karmani pasmasat kurude. The fire of jnana reduces all karma to ashes. There are many more to this effect. 239.8. Bhashya.
Kincha anyat.
Translation. In addition to this,